Hello, guys. This, of course, is a little brief stream I'm going to do here. It's more informational. We, of course, have our big trip coming up here, the 2022 Hall of Fame trip. And I'd like to welcome back Dennis and Nick, and welcome for their first trip, Tony and my brother Chris. And we hope you guys will enjoy this experience. I think Nick and Dennis can both say they've never had a bad experience. At least I hope they haven't. Um, so just kind of quickly go over how the trip will go. Um, Thursday, so August 4th, is the day we leave. Try to arrive here, let's say between 7:30 and 8 at the latest. The goal is to be on the road by 8, if that's possible, of course. We have rented a van, so it's a minivan, so it should provide plenty of leg room for everyone, and along with carrying whatever we need for the journey. I'm planning on bringing a cooler. We can put drinks or whatever in there. If you wanted to load pre-bring beer or whatever. Um, of course, there's no drinking alcohol on the trip. Shh, just kidding. So we're planning to leave at 8. It's around a 5-hour drive total. We stop somewhere, usually off the toll road in Ohio, grab lunch, and then get back on our way. So somewhere between 2 and 3, we should end up at our hotel. So we'll go to the hotel, and then at 5 o'clock we have a dinner reservation at, it's called 91 Wood Fired Grill. We went there last year, actually before the football game as well. Really nice place, amazing menu. I think both Nick and Dennis will say and agree with that. So we'll go there, and then the game's immediately after that. Game start time is 8 o'clock. So I'd say hopefully we're parked somewhere, by 7. It's the Raiders in Jacksonville, so this could be. I mean, they're always a sellout. It's all, only difference is how many of them are people from the local area or actual out of towners. Our seats are very good seats. And they're actually upgraded for Nick and Dennis. You guys will notice that they are closer than they were the year before. Same section. Um, so then after the game, we have options. For years, we had a tradition, and this actually goes back to 2005, the first year that I started continuously going. 99 is the actual first Hall of Fame induction I went to. I think my first actual Hall of Fame trip, which was just the tour of the building, 88, 89, somewhere in there. And but yeah, so in '99 I went to my first actual induction, which was an old format, free. Those days are gone. But so the 2005 is this format, and like I said, I've always enjoyed the experience. But my mom and I used to do this thing where every year after the induction, after the games, we would stop at an IHOP on the way to the hotel, and it was a tradition that literally went every year since 2005 until last year, when pretty much they kept kicking us out or wouldn't let us in. So I don't know. There's Applebee's right next door. It is a good thing to grab a bite. I think you guys will notice that. I think Nick and Dennis will agree with that. It's a fun trip, and we try to enjoy it. And we can grab a bite, whatever. Then we go to the hotel. And then Friday is the day, which is always considered a free day. What I mean by that is there's nothing going on with the actual Hall of Fame itself. So now Friday is the day we're going to the baseball game in Cleveland, which is about 45 to an hour away as far as drive. It's not bad at all, really. I'm trying to find if there is a better spot for us to park than we did last year, which was by the lake, which wasn't bad, of course. But if we could get something a little more centralized, um, and I've got a list of places we can eat at, and I'll share that with you guys. We'll decide that when we get there. It is a good list, I think. good options, trying to find the best restaurants we can go that aren't extraordinarily overpriced or anything. We're not looking for where we're going to be wearing ties and stuff. Let's just put it that way. But they're definitely not your fast food joints. So um, so Friday we have options. So Friday was, as far as lunch, I thought we would eat at a place that we ate at last year called The Melt. It's right in Canton. And both Dennis and Nick loved it. I know that. We had Jordan and Brady went last year with us as well. They both enjoyed it. So I think you guys will both like it. Good menu, a lot of mac and cheese. They got different sandwich options, but it's definitely a worthwhile stop. So we could do that for lunch. So before lunch, one option would be we could do the actual Hall of Fame tour itself. Now, without trying to speak for Dennis and Nick, but I guess I am here. They are not necessarily they are open. They aren't going to say, "Hey, let's go tour the Hall of Fame." But if the group said, "Hey, let's do the Hall of Fame," they'll go. So the Hall of Fame tour itself, we would go to Canton. And Friday would be a good day to do it. It won't be as busy. We want to get there early. I think they open around, if I remember, 9 o'clock in the morning. So anywhere between 9 and 10, we want to get there. And the thing is, the longer we wait, the more people are going to show up, and it can get real busy through areas. There's certain portions of the building that get really busy. Um, the bust area, which is all the heads, which if you guys want to go, I always tell people, look, if you want to go see the heads, we can go see the heads, but they're literally a bronze statue of a guy's head and it says their name underneath it. It is cool to see, I guess. I've seen it so many times that it's kind of like, eh. But if you guys wanted to see that, but if anyone ever said, hey, what do you want to skip? That'd be the first thing I would say is we'll skip that because usually that's got a really, really long line. Um, and then they also have they have a kind of interactive area, which is kind of cool. That's the very start of the tour, and that's usually it's busy, but there's enough stuff around it where it's not like there's lines for it. It's kind of like you walk up, you read stuff. They have you can put your hand into a thing, you can put shoulder pads, helmet, all kinds of cool stuff on. Um, and they have other various little things. There's a virtual locker room, which is kind of cool. It has like holographic images. Some of the Hall of Famers talk. Um, and then it all concludes with a video presentation which changes every year, and it literally changes this weekend is when they start the whole new video reel. So what it is, it starts out as you're in a room, you're in a theater, and you're watching, like, it shows you all the preseason from the previous year, and then it goes through the regular season and in the playoffs, and then the room rotates, and it rotates into another video screen room where you get exclusive NFL Super Bowl footage from the Super Bowl before. It literally is not stuff that you saw during the game. It's on-field presentation. It's a completely different presentation than the first theater. It is pretty cool to see. It is probably of the entire Hall of Fame tour. It is my favorite part. So, and then you walk out of there. There's another little interactive area where some of this could have changed. Since, like I said, the first time I want to say 80, 89, trust me, the building has changed so much since then. It's not even funny. Um, and then all concludes there is a gift area, shop area. Um, and that if we did that, like I always tell people, take as much time as you want. We can go through as quickly as you want. Um, I'd say if you take your time, take your time, but not really like linger with anything. A couple hours, honestly, at the most. Um, so then we could do that, and then go to lunch, and then go to Cleveland, and then we could walk around Cleveland a little bit, eat dinner, in Cleveland, go to the game, and then of course we'd come back. That's option one. Another option we could do is um, there's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which I have never been to, and that's in Cleveland. It's literally right where we had parked last year. Now I've never been to it, like I said. However, Jimmy from the football league, he has, and he said it's kind of just memorabilia based. So it doesn't sound like it's as interactive or as exciting as the NFL. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just going by what I was told by Jimmy. but that is an option we could do as well. So we could get up whenever, have lunch at the Melt, and then head to Cleveland, and we could do that. I do know that they close at 5 o'clock with that, so we would have to leave earlier, obviously. Um, so that's an option. Another option is we can just kind of relax, I guess. Go have lunch at the Melt if we want to do them. We don't have to. I'm not saying we have to do the Melt, but we do have reservations though for the 91 Woodfire Grill, and again, you guys will like that. Um, they have pizzas. They have. I sent you guys a menu if I recall. Good menu though, and I guess so. That's really options for that. Now Saturday they changed the format from what the last several years. The Hall of Fame presentation has been at night. Usually started about 7 p.m. Originally, and this goes back to its heyday. It used to always be around like 11 a.m. noon on a Saturday, and they're going back to that noon time. So because they're going to have the Saturday, they're going to have the Saturday. I don't know why It's like I froze up here. Um, Sorry. Here we go. They're going to have that Saturday concert, which is Journey this year. And for now, we're not going to it, so I'll get to that in a second. So Saturday, obviously, we would get up. Now, for everything I'm giving you right now, there is no dress code. You can dress however you want. If you want to wear a football jersey, that's cool. If you want to wear whatever, it's fine. Um, I sometimes it all depends my mood. Personally, I either wear a jersey and shorts if I want to wear for one of the players going in, or I'll wear just like a polo shirt, nice pair of shorts, which is probably what I'm going to do this year. But like I said, you can do whatever you want. Um, so that'll be at noon. These guys are on a timer where they never used to be, so it will get done sooner. So I give it a few hours, we'll be out of there. So if it starts at noon, by 3 o'clock, we're probably out of there at the latest. So then we have a free day, and which we've never really had on a Saturday, at least at that aspect. So options. One option is we could opt to still buy the tickets for the concert if we wanted. I know they're available. Um, so that's one option. Option two. There are other concerts in the area. I know there is a Kid Rock with Foreigner, somewhere between. It's like an hour and a half away. It's somewhere between Canton and Pittsburgh. There is also a concert closer to Cleveland, which is one of Tony's favorite bands, Hanson. It's a bop of a good time. There's that option. There is another baseball game if you want to do that in Cleveland. We could go to Cleveland for another baseball game. Um, I figure we're going to want to do something. So I came up with another idea, which I think I've said to some of you before. We could, even though there is not anything really special going on, we could still go to Pittsburgh itself. And Dennis and Nick will both, I know they will both say that Pittsburgh is one cool city. A lot of cool restaurants, bars, whatever. So we could go do that as well. We could drive to Pittsburgh, walk around the downtown area. We could go eat dinner at Jerome Bettis's restaurant or wherever. Trust me, Jerome Bettis is a place I enjoy. I know Dennis and Nick as well. Um, so those are a couple of options we have for the Saturday. And like I said, I wanted to say Friday and Saturday, as far as that kind of stuff, we'll talk about on the drive. We'll figure this out, and we'll have other, if you want to talk about whatever, we can talk about. I was thinking about maybe putting together a list of um, guys who are not in the Hall of Fame. Let's talk about on the drive. Why are they not in the Hall of Fame? Should they be in the Hall of Fame? Which is a lot, trust me, a lot of them I would say they should. One thing the NFL used to do for years is they only put like 4 guys in, where now they're putting like 8 in every year. But when they only put the 4 guys in, there was like a huge backlog of guys that didn't get in. It wasn't they weren't deserving. It just if you're only putting 4 people in, you're going to build up, and then you get out of the modern era, which is considered now. So modern era is anywhere 25 years after you've retired. So once you hit 25 years, you're off the modern era, and you go into what's called the senior committee, which they've been trying to work on and improve to get some of these guys in there before they unfortunately pass away, like Cliff Branch, for example. This year he was a senior committee guy, but a couple of years they put in 10 senior committee. Next 3 years they're going to put in three, which I love because those are actually personally those are the ones I like to hear from the most are the senior committee guys. Those are my favorite. Usually my favorite speeches are the old timers. Jerry Kramer's up there. I love hearing from the old guys. Let's put it that way. And so that's something we can talk. We can talk about next year's Hall of Fame, of course, on the way. And the cool thing about you guys going this year is whoever went this year is always the first asked for next year. So before I was to ask anyone else, it'll be the five of us are well, the four of you are the option. And then if you decline to go, then I would ask someone else. So that's Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday is the luncheon, which is at noon. It's a sit down dinner. Again, there is technically no dress code. For that one, though, I kind of say go business casual. Um, even if we wear a polo shirt or just a nice shirt with nice shorts, that's cool. I mean, there will be people, trust me, there will be people in there wearing jerseys. I myself sometimes I go a little dressier than that. I probably will this year. I'll probably wear jeans with a nice pair of shoes. Um, and then I'll have a dress shirt, tie, and a coat. I'm not saying you have to go that way at all. That's how I've always done it. And I treat it as a special. I treat it special because I feel that's what it is. That is also one of my favorite parts of this whole trip is that. So that usually it starts at noon. I don't know what they're doing for dinner this year. In the past, now last year they did it completely different. In the past, it's usually some kind of chicken dinner. For years they did chicken cordon bleu, so I don't know what it'll be this year. I haven't seen the menu. I haven't seen the menu yet. If I was to get that information, I'd let you guys know ahead of time. But it's usually a pretty good meal. And then they have the Hall of Fame guys come up and they do a little roundtable discussion with them, which is pretty cool. And they ask them questions. They talk about stuff that they did not talk about at their induction. And so I'd say between 2 and 3, we're out of there and on our way back to Michigan. And usually, of course, I don't know, we've usually stopped somewhere and grab a bite on the way between Canton and Grand Rapids. I know in the past we've done Brighton, the Firehouse subs, but that doesn't happen. I mean, we've stopped at other places too. So, yeah, looking forward to it, guys. And like I said, I'll have a cooler with some ice. Um, if you guys want to bring drinks, that's cool. Or I can grab something too. Um, I'm looking forward to this experience with the four of you, and hopefully you guys are the same. Now we got 2 rooms. Also, we got 2 rooms. Um, so, and I've already talked with Tony. I'm bringing my PlayStation, and then I will bring some just various movies. I think, and Tony will do the same. And this way, 'cause sometimes it's kind of like, well, like before you go to bed or in that kind of moment of, what do we do? Just kind of sitting around. It's like, well, maybe that's something for us to do. Um, That's the thing we have. I'll probably bring like Madden or something too if you guys want to play a quick game or whatever. Um, no big deal. We don't have to do that, of course. It's an option. I've never brought it before. Um, I know last year we had some downtime, or if some people wake up early, it's kind of like, well, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know if I would trust their Wi-Fi. I mean, I know the hotel has it, but sometimes Wi-Fi, if you're looking to stream a show, which is an option, obviously, if you have your PlayStation, you got YouTube or Netflix or whatever. I don't know how reliable their streaming speed would be. We're not staying at a five-star hotel. It is what it is. It's a decent place to spend the night. Um, I always tell people sometimes they overspend for their hotel. It's like, look, you're going there literally to sleep. It's not a dump or a dive, but it's not the Ritz Carlton. Um, so I've never had really a bad experience there. I hope Dennis and Nick would agree with that as well. Like I said, it's not plush arrangements. It's a hotel where we're going to spend the night and before we go to our other activities. Um, so if there's any movie requests, I'll probably grab a variety. I mean, we might watch one movie in this whole experience at the hotel, just killing time. Um, there's other various restaurants around the hotel. There is a movie theater. I know that's kind of been shut down by a lot of people, which is I'm cool with doing whatever. Really, I am. So um, I think I just made this little video presentation go a lot longer than I had intended. Chris will arrive Wednesday afternoon. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to Tony and Dennis meeting him. They haven't. Of course, Nick's met him from the football league. Chris was an original member of the fantasy football league. He actually was the one that originally started Dennis's team. So looking forward to kind of catching him up on the league where we're at. And the cool thing is, especially with Nick and Tony in there, we might get some trades going on this trip. I mean, I can tell you this: I know I've been the mediator between a few deals that have taken place in car on the way to the Hall of Fame with Nick. Um, so again, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. Arrive somewhere between 7:30 and 8. The faster you guys all get here, the faster we hit the road. So yeah, take care, and we'll see you Wednesday.